What's up, everybody? Remington Begg from Impulse Creative, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to set up email inboxes in Drift so that when your marketing emails go out, they've got a place to come back to. In addition to that, a lot of people don't realize this, but Drift can turn into a really great support tool for email and live chat. So we're going to jump in and I'm going to show you how to set this up, and from there you'll be able to start fielding support emails to the rest of your team however you see fit. So what we're going to do is first step is we have to create the email inbox in Drift itself. So we're going to go into, once you log into Drift, you can get into the settings by clicking your profile photo in the bottom left. You go ahead and click My Settings, and once you get to My Settings, you're going to click on Team Settings, and you'll see a section for conversations. Once you click in conversations, you'll see a spot for inboxes, and that's where you'll see areas for the individual inboxes, and I'll show you where those show up in Drift in just a second. So once you click New Inbox, it is going to create a new inbox name that you have to name. We're going to call this Impulse Creative Test. And then it asks you for a public email address. So this is the email address that customers will get replies from if you send an email through the system. And it's also a place that they can, if they email to, that an email would actually be dropped in Drift. That just takes some extra configuration. So for this, we're gonna do test.impulsecreative.com, and we're gonna hit create. Upon hitting create, it's gonna create this inbox, and it's gonna give you a forwarding email address. We're going to copy this in the clipboard because we're going to need it in just a second so that we can set up our Google for Work email to forward through. So there are some other settings that are necessary for this to not show up as coming from Drift, but actually coming from your company. You need to get with your domain host, or if you have GoDaddy, it would be the DNS manager, and you need to add in these CNAMEs that point to these URLs so that Drift has permission in the public eye to send emails on your behalf. So once you're done with those, you can validate DNS configuration, and you can see we have check marks next to the state here. That means that we are good to go. I'm going to go ahead and show you where these inboxes show up so that you can find them if you get conversations that come in. So what you need to hit is the conversations button, and upon clicking that, you'll see up at the very top here there's Impulse Creative Growth Team we have set. And you can see we have the growth team, we've got Impulse Creative, and as you scroll down, we've got Impulse Creative Test, right? So in this Impulse Creative Test, we've got this area. If we hit compose, you can literally send an email or a message directly here, and any of your contacts are going to be available. You can, just like you can with the other inboxes, you can see different filters that are set here, but this allows for you to essentially use this as a unified inbox for your organization. So we've got it set in Impulse Creative Test. Now what we're going to do is we're going to jump over into Google for Work, and I will show you how we can set this up as a group email. So we've got our test@impulsecreative.com. I am set as an admin for Google for Work. You can only do this if you are an admin. And what you do is you jump into the groups section here in the admin console, and the admin console would then bring you into the ability to create a new group. So once you have all of your group emails here, you're going to go ahead and click the yellow button to create a new email for this group, and you're going to create Drift Test Group. Right, we're going to call this test@impulsecreative.com. That's what we had set up in Drift. We're going to make sure that the access level is public, and we're going to hit create. So upon clicking create, you're going to be able to go into manage users in your Drift test group. You'll see you have ability to add a new member. Now, most people would add members within their organization into this group in order to get that inbox, but the problem with that is you aren't able to see who's responded to what message, and this is where Drift really levels that up. So what you do is you're going to go ahead and paste that forwarding email that we got from the Drift configuration settings for the inbox, and we are going to add that email as a user. So upon clicking add, it's going to go ahead and drop it into this bottom section here, and you'll see that it essentially has the email address and it's a role of member. That's all we need to do within the group. So now anybody that sends an email to test@impulsecreative.com would then forward through to our test inbox. When we come back over into the Drift inbox, any emails that are sent to that test@impulsecreative.com will show up here. And if you set up your DKIM settings for the CNAMEs I showed you earlier in GoDaddy or your website host, then any emails you send from here would come directly from your email as well. All right, well, that's the tutorial. If you have any questions, I'd love to help out. Let us know in the comments if there's other things you'd like to know about. And if you like what you've seen today and you want to see some of our tutorials, you can go ahead and you can view them here. And please subscribe to our channel. We're going to be putting out a lot of Drift and conversational marketing type resources. So go ahead and subscribe right here. And have a great day. Talk to you soon.